Can you say a little bit about the origins of ADR? When and where did it start?
So I think it's important at the outset to distinguish between what I call professional ADR, which began around 4 decades ago, and also, I guess, more traditional dispute resolution forms, which include mediation and other advisory forms of dispute resolution. And professional ADR began symbolically for many people in 1976 at the Pound Conference in Minnesota in the USA, where Professor Frank Sander introduced his idea of the multi-door courthouse. And from then, the ADR movement really began to develop, particularly in and out of America, so coming out of America. But at the same time, in the 1970s, there was also a very famous project in Florence called the Access to Justice Project, and it was led by also a very famous professor called Mauro Cappelletti. And he talked about 3 waves of access to justice. And the third wave of access to justice he called ADR, right? And he said it was really important to develop less formal and more accessible forms of justice so that people would be able to resolve their disputes. And so for many Europeans, they see Cappelletti's work as being the beginning of modern ADR or professional ADR, if you like. And for many Anglo-American cultures, the focus is on Frank Sander. But what's really interesting for me is that it was really around the same time, on different sides of the Atlantic, that the same types of initiatives were being developed.